even forged a butter knife.
I wouldn't put it...
Oh, sorry. I'm Sava, soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's kiss can fall. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that... I don't suppose you have it.
I'm afraid.
Never mind.
I could give... I know how busy the Briar's kiss has been. So...
Good question. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be... We need information.
You're right. No. There's plenty of folk. There's the butcher. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the... All right. I'll talk to every cook I can find.
All right.
Let's hope this...
Trust Lubor to take us... test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs and spices from the...
Gone, just like that.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. I'd go and look for him myself, but
I'll see what I can do.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right.
Welcome.
A question. I need to know what...
You're a blacksmith.
Something.
Fair enough. First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew... Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chop.
So a knife that sticks...
Oh, where did the rock go?
Wait! Simpod! Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil. The baths are closed. On second thought, perhaps you...
That depends...
I'd have you save my business. The baths. The water's turned scalding hot. I've no doubt that my woes step... But I can't go and investigate for fear of my... I'm bound to...
All right.
Wonderful. Leave the market by these baths, or all my life...
Good day, my lord. An excellent choice. Thank you for your custom.
What is it?
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question.
Oh. That's to be able to put up with some punishment. Your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make it.
Thank you.
All business, eh?
So... a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Just look at the detail!
Yes, my carpets have pride of place.
So, you learn anything useful?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp.
All the cook said, too heavy and...
So we're no better off than we... Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything, but that can't be right. I've bad? No.
No doubt you're right. I have to make a start soon.
Agreed.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. Trouble is, it's meaning someone is going to be disappointed.
Is there no one else you can turn to?
The other apprentices know better than to help me. A merchant. A favourite of... I bet she'd...
Ready, go? Yeah! Straight home now. Any luck?
Well, I asked her.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress, they're just not that. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation. But adamantite ore is unique to ash.
And it's...
Unique to... Are there any materials unique to Dalamil?
So what are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron, but he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife.
If it's cheap metal you're using. Folk first settled Dalamil, and if you know the trick...
Bloody hell! I don't suppose you...
It's hardly my speciality, but...
Looks like I've got some luck. Clive, I hate...
Limestone. Besides, I want...
You'll have no trouble finding limestone over...
Then I suppose I'll meet you back...
Right you are. So, crush it up, or just...
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. Thanks, girl. Oh.
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Oh, where did all the men of the rock...
Plates and pots!
No. Tell
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what some needs. By the flames. That explains the heat. Titan! Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
blade yet comes with its the flesh. Your feasting days are over.
That's better. I needed that.
To me, boy. Snuff you like a twig!
Those who kill for sport deserve no better. Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? I'm certainly not a baker. Master must have ruled the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you missed the Mother Crystal.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at baking. She was the only thing that could fill the hole, and now she's gone. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a chef...
Focus on the job at hand.
What use is proofing loaves when... Wait. You've opened my eye!
Wait. Suppose you won't be needing an escort then.
Ah, there you go. I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high.
Master, it's ready.
I dare say it is.
Just look at steeple peaks. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the fang without... And look, inside.
She...
Master, I have found my purpose.
Well, if it tastes off as unique as it... not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally... I don't know how you...
Oh, where did all the men of the rock go?
Plates and pots!
There he is.
And
Good
basins!
man. I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The bath's groom.
I'm glad to hear.
Now, tell me this. What did you find?
Not what I expected.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made it, but I burdened you with my worries enough already. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might...
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Light me and dark.
do some... I know you're...
Sir.
The finest fabrics, fresh from the...
Master Lubor says Drake's fang has fallen.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for... Now, time to see... That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil.
It's a fine look.
That sounds like my cue.
I'm sorry.
Let's take a... First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving? What do... It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but... So that looks like someone paid a visit. The limestone was a step in the right direction, Grot.
And I was so...
I don't know who you found to teach you that little... Next question. How much do you think I would...
Well, if it took you even a I would...
And... the butcher? The hunter? Dalamilla's home to humble traders, not rule number one in any business.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is... I'd say you're worth keep. Starting tomorrow, you'll...
I will. What would you... do?
I'd do what I always... If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds a net. For the hunter, for the cook, light as... And for the nobleman...
There goes a master.
It looks like
I couldn't have done it without so much for the Forge Master. The spirit of Dalamil had meaning.
You've passed your test.
And when I do...
Master Lubor says Drake's fang has fallen.
Good day to you.
It's all but spent. What do we do now?
The crisps we get from the tailor all but worthless.
We had to dig a new cellar.
Ah, Clive. Your time...
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy rustlings in the undergrowth. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose...
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lot.
All right. Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding at the hands of some pit.
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange figures having been sighted near...
Nah, not me, Gov. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary. Don't worry. Any shady characters try and slip into town this way, and I'll soon come running. And shouting.
All right. Thank you. Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods.
No, but I've heard something.
Where was that?
In Lawbert was out foraging for her. Ran back here as quick as my legs would...
I see. Seems Lawbert's Pass is our best bet, then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate? You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape!
Black Shields. Here. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Stay down! Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lostwing? I need to warn Quentin.
Clive.
I found some black shields hiding it.
Black shields, though they serve another master now. And it would appear the pack has found... Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. And bite...
I'm sorry, who did the black shield serve now?
Because I want...
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque.
I don't understand. Why him?
I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did, in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty, all under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades, and our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us. My friends and comrades...
To change his mind.
What can I interest you in today? I trust it's all here. I hope it's to your liking.
What can I do for you? I'll be here if you need me.
Seems this one has a little more life left in it. All right then. Help me, boy. back to sleep with you.
And how may I assist you today? How may I help you today? The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back. Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
We're seeing truth. Passing at every border crossing.
Well, don't just stand there, go. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Back, are ya? So, what'll it be? No scratches, all right? Anything else?
run like the wind. Well, Clive. It should have stayed in its shell. Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto? Otto. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, I had a quick scout about. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff is just lying here.
But unlike any old fool.
Well spotted.
So this is Stardust. It just looked like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
How much did you get?
Enough.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk? Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Yo, give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Sid did. About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pins.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Right. Ready to go home, boy? Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Suppose we'd better be getting...
Give us a shout if you need...
Come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid, is the...
yeah.
I'll show... Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal... Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, in other words, the reactor would over... This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect... Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly.
You can stop there. Mid said we might... Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them.
I see. Would that help?
Oh, I'll gather my team and head there right away.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
you're ready, we leave at once.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. Anybody hurt? This must be a run one. The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid!
You shouldn't have any trouble.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you.
All right.
We're seeing troops on our side.
No surprises there.
How may I help you today, Clive? You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Mid might need some help tidying up that workshop.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And
Right.
how so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? I've got all the details written. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Right away.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Mid hasn't been.
Thanks to Sid.
Harpocrates, do you have the moment?
For you, Clark?
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set, as you can imagine.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution. Or...
Perhaps. It is not a different...
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of... pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it.
So if we could
it might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply, I shall speak to them and see if you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients. The knowledge of the past may yet prove...
Thank you, Hop. And since you're asking others to help you...
So you need a hat?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need.
The other can assist me in researching how best...
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well,
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. So, Clive, who will accompany?
All right, so...
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list.
Garlic? Are you sure this looks like the ingredient?
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited. Effects for which so much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost now, of course. They can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research. Now, where's Talia?
Keep them pilchers nice and chilled.
Need to stock up on
I
these.
won't have use.
There you are, Talia.
Ah, we shouldn't have any problems finding what we... But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Oi, don't touch anything. If that's what you want.
There's talk. How the hell is anyone to afford that price?
What can I interest you in today? I hope it's to your liking. Here's what we agreed on. Yeah, that'll fetch a good price. Could never have too many.
That should do it. Hopefully Talia's finished too.
Fresh cuts! Come and get them up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the...
Well?
I did.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes, then. He'll be waiting. But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat? Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us. Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tome so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
How's work on the shield?
Well, very well indeed. I was just explaining to Tarja, now that we have all...
You can count on me.
What about the shield?
Work is underway.
Apparently, it'll...
Thank you.
Right then. Jill, would you join?
Of course.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
It appears our work... A shame. When both the shielding and the Moondew are ready, it followed by a rigorous, perhaps, someone...
Leave it to... Thank you, and give Mid the good news, then.
How good it is to see you, Clive. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
We're seeing troops amassing at every port.
I think Mid might need some help.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant.
Don't thank me.
Right then, better start working out to the black.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding...
Displaced.
Same different. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. Let's take this house. Mid, you get all the parts lined up.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of... That's what she was meant to be, you see. But now she's so close to being finished. I don't want her to be just a life, but I want people to sail aboard in a world where we're not just trying to survive.
I'm working, and I'll do everything I can to get...
All right. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, sod our plan.
Are you sure?
Something tells me it's...
He'd be proud of...
You,
I was.
Right. There's just one thing I need...
All right. I'll let Otto...
Aye, aye, Cap...
crystal too. You're joking.
Trouble with the ledgers. What could be wrong with Torgor? Hopefully it's nothing. I got your note. You think something's...
So you can read. I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brat. Didn't like him. Which is why I've not been working him too.
No harder than you. Is that it, boy?
What was it he said he was?
That's what the laws must...
Then maybe this all has something to do with...
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates...
Instead of everything.
Blackthorn.
Not really.
This won't. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on, and you might still be doubting your craft. Even after perhaps sharing a thought.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, you got a king. He's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but you could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway up.
So that's what...
No. They're not troubling me exactly.
And if you knew we could arm the curse breakers with...
That's about...
I'll see what I can... Sharper swords, and we can't have our master blacksmith being...
You're a soft, but I can't say I'm not grateful.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen... You're looking well.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after...
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to destroy...
Little one. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight in, which made it nice in it.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I'd help it? Suppose you're not likely to go. Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. And he's got more money than sense, which is why I reckon he'll still be at the inn in...
Thank you, Karen.
Oh.
I appreciate it. Lawsman.
Only he isn't here.
I don't think so. But according, she says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may.
I rather think she might be right. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones, and I see no reason why a frostwolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect if we assume that his newfound magic's... It may well be that the Bones Lady Karen frostwolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelope...
I don't recall ever seeing...
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such... The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida.
Even so.
Good hunting.
I went up to give some breeze to the chocobo.
wish I could take one of our birds.
I knew it was a good idea. Have editor study alongside the children.
Well. Here, Sid. Reckon you...
Let's hear it.
Well, a lovely bit of kit it is. Bunging a solution you want. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities, which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this.
Proper.
So what exactly do you...
Nothing, but Bob gave me a sample she'd obtained from the universe. You pour the blackest blight water through it. So, I did a bit of reading about where... And do you know what?
I take it that's where...
I saw a bit. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my...
All right.
Thank you, Coin.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm...
Shh. Oh, don't wait. A little. Listen. And eat.
Maybe, sadly, that square. I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need...
Be late for...
There you are!
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight, you get Clive to come to you. The man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and well...
Do we have that much to hand?
No, we don't. And no, you won't. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides...
All right. But that doesn't mean... Is there anything I can...
There might be. How'd you fancy taking the...
Rocks?
Rocks, he says. A little something Sid and I said, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope...
I'm sure they will.
But you know how it is with this place. Orders to...
I know. Which is...
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master...
Because...
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
Well...
Don't worry.
Really?
No. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Its fang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone.
My reputation will...
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac.
Pardon the...
Out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be...
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time.
Redeem! Get rid of the filthy oaf!
Very good. Would you mind stepping?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how he has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made a...
I don't suppose a certain a single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac.
A condition I would be a fool to...
I don't suppose you saw...
I did not, no. Though some every ill-gotten...
And that's where I'm headed.
I shall...
That will be very kind.
Farewell.
Ready, go? Yeah! Got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard head off!
This must be Ignac. Nothing seems to... All right.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad.
A formidable. Well, Wyvern. Redeem here tells me you wished for an orc.
A few moments of your time.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single...
Oh, Sharon drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my... It was made in the outer and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique... They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an...
Fine question. Why, they use whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10, but it is the final stone, which a mineral, quite, and that. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal. Take this, the very stone of which I spoke. Far rarer among collectors than even the blade, and a far...
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However...
I am locked in bitter I am one step ahead of the
And there are many other...
Too many to count, but only one do I and is a Farewell, Wyvern, may I... Redeem!
I think his lordship is rather... Coming, my lord.
Trust Uncle Byron to fight now. Let's see what... Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword, then?
I did better than that.
A whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much like finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine. And what's finer than fallen masonry? Just imagine it. Good Valisthian I won't make a copy now.
I'm sure the curse just...
I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here. Hey, I owe you one. August 2.
You'll be happy to hear.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First, you come and find me.
Right.
Back, are ya? What do you want? Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it.
Clive!
I wasn't but it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt it's what you were expecting.
A star is worth at least twice what you owe me.
Think of the differences in
Interest? If word got out, I charged that anyway. Why are you the one here? A bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat?
Something like that.
Same as back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander. Word is, he was the first probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, Sid may have been the face of the hideaway. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I reckon what he saw, and don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That and...
Come on. All right. Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope... It would seem like just the place. Yeah, we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now... will it be enough? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back.
There's talk at the glass table.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven, Paulie.
I want to see you again.
It's all right.
What am I going to do without sweet water and oil of talc? Still no...
Milady.
Gift? Oh, Ma.
Otto asked me to settle the hideaway and to...
I thought you might fight. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and...
You once told me, Sid... I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the...
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yeah, and blamed himself. And I don't know how it happened. Whether there was...
I didn't know.
How could you? Besides Sid, I've never met a man with an ill habit. Given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help.
Goat will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us. Goat. So Lady Karen accepted...
But she was just too stuck. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me
Karen refused...
I hope it wasn't...
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
They told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Toes helped to build?
Lady Karen, Goat tells me you weren't happy. Would you prefer the debt was
What debt? I don't recall lending it. I may have tossed a talent or two in the air, but those were donations.
Of course not. But one good... Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who...
Oh, fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest. Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be you even know her. The fine continuum man would...
Not at all.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away. I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit...
I knew so little about him.
I must be.
Arthur and the Dame both seem to have... How long did you know?
Before he died. Back in the day. I was a purse. He bought passage to... Oh, fuck, we set up drinking Island rum till the morning bell dragged me back with my post not long after. But me and Sid stayed close. There was... The magic woke inside my son soon after, and there was no hide.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the... Wanted the months. I couldn't turn my back on him. And I couldn't for the life of me. Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... Him who cried for me. Him who swore he'd do everything he could. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one... I knew then. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Ah, Clive, were you able to...
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction.
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way.
Ah. But that reminds me, do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in talk...
About how she
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, The Fenrir of legend served Shiva and and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records...
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Sid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh. That'll do, girl. Here. Greetings, Your Majesty. is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. The wine needs more than this.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it...
Very impressed.
Says the man who cut...
There's no need.
Don't be... Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your...
What?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll...
Well...
That's the spirit! Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more... flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. And I'm telling you...
pack, is it? Let me introduce you to mine. And then there was one. That wasn't too bad. And was it, Torgal? Better already. Run like the wind. straight home now. They don't look happy.
the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
How may I help you today, Clive? All yours. All done?
Clive! Anything catch your eye? Always something in there.
luck, are you? Not something for you, do you? Not bad, if I do say so myself.
He cracked the crystal too. You're joking.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her. Obelith, have you seen Mid?
Yep. You in a hurry at all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her. But anyway, I was got a letter. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle.
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in and all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goots.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Oh, okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protégé's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to...
I'm glad to hear it.
And... Korg'll help too. Didn't you, boy?
Run like the wind. This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
So what do you think?
Really?
Oh, aye.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome look?
Oh, no doubt. Well met, friend.
How does a merchant misplay?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought Goblin...
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now,
My brother's right on all accounts.
We may have seen our share.
You, however, chances are they'll come...
Well, if I'm going...
You've clearly got a fine...
We're lucky. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Bocklad, reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods.
All right.
Nope. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right...
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take...
Look lively, you lot! We've got guests!
These must be our bandits. That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here.
Seems we've found ourselves...
Found the cart and didn't leave a single...
And how exactly will you be getting...
You leave that to us. After all...
You've done your part. It's been a pleasure.
There's no need to be... What if we want his help?
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side. Enough of you are there.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominants and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. Be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end. Or if... Jeez.
And they're all making for the Crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the Crystal's blessing. can walk from here.
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Well met. A fine choice. Many thanks. You're welcome anytime.